So just like you, I am pretty much an ordinary person. I have kids, I've been married for a long time. I used to drive a minivan, now you're seeing me drive in my little SUV, and I'm doing all that stuff that normal people do when they drive, right? They videotape themselves. Okay, so at the same time, I am also not so ordinary. And I'm not saying that in the sense that I am strange, except you may think that I am strange. I think that I'm strange in many ways. But I'm not so ordinary because what I am is an intuitive. And an intuitive is someone who just happens to be in tune with their own sense of knowing. There are other senses that we don't always see. Now that is only not so ordinary because so many people, probably you, have denied that aspect of yourself, just like I did for quite a while. Even though I was raised in a metaphysical household and I was taught how to do hands-on healing and visualization and meditation at a very young age, the issue was nobody else was doing that. In my neighborhood, they were doing normal things like, going to church and watching television and all of that. And of course, I did watch television growing up. But there was this aspect of me that was feeling very different and weird. And I so wanted to fit in, just like most of us want to. And so in my teens and 20s, I tucked that aspect of me away. I still used it. I saw so clearly the benefit of being able to visualize and manifest at such a young age that by all means I was going to keep that. I just wasn't going to share about it. So I did so, and then my whole life fell apart. And it fell apart because my husband ended up, going off into the deep end in some way, shape, or form, and I ended up in a therapist's office going, oh my gosh, how did I manifest this? How did I mess this one up? I had the secret. So for the past 10 years, I have not only been an intuitive and doing readings for people when they hit their own little crossroads, but I've also been mentoring people. And my intention with mentoring people is to simply hold space for them to see their truth, to tap into their inherent power, and to discover joy by doing so. Now, I've been doing this one person at a time, which is lovely. I get a nice, intimate connection with that person, and I've seen some incredible shifts in them and in my own world, right? However, what I've discovered is that we are growing as a collective, and some of our limitations are based on the limitations of the collective. And therefore, it's really hard to change our own reality when the density of the collective is still believing in dense beingness, in dense thinking, in not integrating their spiritual aspects, their spiritual gifts into their human lives. So, about a year ago, in desperation, not in willingness by any means, it was like, what is going on with me? How can I shift things? How do I, affect a greater collective? How do I affect my own life? And it came to me that I was to do an online weekly TV show. And I don't even have a television. And I don't know anything about doing an online weekly TV show. And then it was going to be looking like some kind of reality show, and that really freaked me out because, first of all, any kind of connotation with the reality show is really kind of creepy and dramatic, and I don't even do drama that way. Well, occasionally I do because it does make it fun and human, but generally no drama, except for when I lose and I'm frustrated at my kids and I'm just like, whatever. But let's go back. So this weekly online show, because of our technology, is possible to reach the masses, to reach lots of people and show them me living who I am, living authentically, clumsily as this ordinary person that happens to be a mystic as well. And it's not because I'm special, it's because you too are an ordinary person who happens to be a mystic as well. And the problem is that we believe somehow that we're supposed to drop everything we are doing in our everyday lives, go off to a, retreat somewhere or on a mountaintop and just, chant Om and be totally happy, and then our lives are going to be okay. But that's not the way it's working right now. How it's working right now is that as a collective, we are here to embody our mysticism, to really step into and claim our power, to discover our authentic selves, and to start to generate and cultivate joy in our lives. And I don't mean simple little happy pleasures. Those are great. And I don't mean, over the top, you've got to have the yacht kind of joy. I just mean doing what we love, allowing ourselves to be who we are, and finding joy in everything we do in the present moment. That's all. But it can be grand if it wishes to be, and it can be something simple. It doesn't matter. The question is are we actually experiencing joy on a regular basis? Are we giving ourselves permission to do so? Most of us aren't. Most of us are doing what we're supposed to be doing, or what we believe we're supposed to be doing, to make everybody else happy, to stay in our box, to make the money we're supposed to make, and so on. And so client after client, I've seen this pattern of unfulfilled joy, of squashed power, of not even knowing who we are. So a year in the making wasn't about necessarily planning. It wasn't about figuring out the technology. It was really about me being scared to step out into this limelight, to step out, to have people see me. And now I finally have come to this place where I'm ready for you to see me. And seeing me is not about, oh, come my way, let me show you the way, or anything like that. Seeing me is just about me being authentic as I do my ordinary life and share with you my insights, my knowings when I tap into these higher realms of consciousness, to reflect back to you your truth, to give you inspiration, to give you encouragement, to be who you are, to tap into those inherent gifts you came here to bring forth. And so my hope is that you will be willing and ready to reclaim your essence, so that together, when we start to impact our own lives, we start to impact the collective, and we can transform the world. My name is Veronica Lee, and I'm so excited to have you join me as we embark together on a whole soul revolution. Won't you join me?